Hi, good morning. What do most people do when kittens are born? Oh, how sweet! Then kittens grow up. They become cats. And then, what a nuisance! When they grow old, some people just desert old cats. Would you like to desert old human parents or be deserted when you're old? What we are trying to control in India is overpopulation. Over. We need to do that. We were taught a lot about population control in school. And our teacher, Ritu Anand, oh, I so miss her, our history and civics teacher. She was wonderful. When I do projects in history now, I remember Ritu Anand mainly. There are certain teachers who made me dislike history, hate the subject. But she and a few other teachers, I will mention Mrs. Soni, Mrs. Wheatley, Mrs. Ganaraj, Mrs. Grover, they were all good history teachers. And then there were some teachers who made me hate the subject, and I started scoring badly. There was another teacher, I think Mrs. Mogrelia. She was good too, especially while teaching civics. Yeah, what was I saying? So I was coming to population control. You know, if you don't think you can give a child a good life, don't get a child into the world. If people want to know a reason why I'm not married, doctors had told me that if you give birth to children, because I have issues of heart and I take blood pressure medicines, you can't leave the blood pressure medicines, but you need them to survive. Your children will be born disabled because of the medicines, and if you leave the medicines, your blood pressure problem is so chronic because it started from a very traumatic childhood. And my father had cardiac issues too, but it started from an extremely traumatic childhood. I had hypertension, high blood pressure ever since I was 9. That's when I was diagnosed. Your children will be disabled. So, and you may die during pregnancy. So when I told men that, of course, men wanted biological children, not that I couldn't conceive. That's what they made a mistake of. I could. There was no problem with that. But they said that your children will be born very disabled with spine problems, brain problems. Once again, I don't think a disabled life is inferior, but that baby would grow up in pain, and I would tell them at the outset. So many men didn't want to proceed, and some men did. And right now, I am almost 47. I don't even want to try to give birth to children now because it'll be difficult and I won't have the energy. Huh?
भाजी को गरम करना है कि वैसे फ्रिज
कौन सी भाजी?
वो कल की बच्ची है
मछली?
काजू
नहीं, मैं मम्मी को फ़ोन करूँगी. हाँ, एक सेकेंड. हाँ हाँ, सॉरी, दैट्स हाउ आई मल्टीटास्क. हाँ, और हम गरम नहीं खाते हैं, ठंडा खाते हैं चटनी. हाँ हाँ, बंगाली में ठंडा खाते हैं. हाँ, so sorry. My mom knows how to rework a tomato chutney. So, what was I saying? So now, I mean, the men, right now I'm off dating apps, but the men I talk to, if I talk to, I'm not off dating apps. They don't want children, I don't want children. Biological children, I don't want to adopt because I'm almost 47 and I won't have the energy to get more cats into the world. But yes, what was I saying? That that's why please neuter and spay cats if you think that you can't give them a good life. Okay, I'll make another video where I'll recite a cat's prayer. Please, watch the next video. So, you know, when people in my building talk that I'm an evil woman who hates children, that is so wrong. That is so wrong. Evil, rubbish woman who hates children and too modern. Where am I too modern? And in modern Mumbai society, I am booed for not being modern. Anyway, in the next video, I read out a poem called A Cat's Prayer. And what does that say? That the cat is asking that, please, I don't want to be born. I don't want to be born if you can't give me a good home. That is my prayer. I plead.